It's Plots-A-Lot here, back again with another What If video, and today we're going to be doing one that I am quite excited for, which is what if Naruto was a god, or what if Naruto cultivated, depending on how you want to call it. Before we start though, I really want to just, put to attention a video that should come up in a card and in the comments, is a video sponsoring the Samaritans. My friend is eating the Carolina Reaper pepper and seeing how long he can go without drinking any milk or anything. So that'll be interesting to watch, and it's raising money for charity. So if you guys want to give that a shout, mental health has been pretty poor during lockdown for most people, so I'd really appreciate if you could, give that a watch, leave it a like and stuff, leave this video a like and stuff as well, obviously, but, also, if you've got some spare money, donate some spare money to it, it's for a good cause. So, getting started, in Chinese Jianjia novels and comics, the characters go by a very different power system than most other types of media. It's called cultivation. In this series, I'm going to let Naruto explore the path of martial arts with his will of iron to become the strongest, as his flame pushing him forwards through it all. So we start with Naruto just having failed the Genin exams. Just like in the original story, Mizuki approaches him and whispers some sweet little nothings about stealing the Forbidden Scroll being the method to pass the Genin exams. Naruto, being Naruto, manages to colossally mess this up by not actually stealing the Scroll of Sealing that Mizuki intended him to, but instead his sparkling blue eyes catching on a scroll seemingly carved out of the finest jade. As Naruto's hands approach the scroll, a strong, strange, attractive force sucks the scroll into the spot in his stomach where it just so happens to be that the nine-tailed fox's seal resides. Spiraling into the seal, it melds and forms together with it, oozing with ink in a black, then a blue, and finally a deep, ominous red. The chakra light swirls into his body from the point of contact. Just as it starts, it's over though. Instinctively exhaling, Naruto wipes some of the sweat off of his brow, cautiously lifting his shirt with his eyes widening as the seal that was invisible to him and everyone else that wasn't really paying attention or was powerful enough before is now a deep, glowing red, ominously rotating around, slowly but surely, a stream of pure chakra flowing in through his belly button around the center of the seal, and a dirty seeming charcoal mist of spent, impure chakra coming out in a cloud upon his exhales. What am I going to tell Mizuki-sensei, worries Naruto, sweat forming on his forehead in large beads as he rushes along the treetops, his sweat falling off and down the trees. As Naruto jumps from one tree to another, he spots Mizuki, leering at him with a look of pure avarice in his eyes. His newly exposed seal rapidly begins to emit a burning sensation, quickly reaching a point that even the tenacious Naruto can't bear in just a split second, his mind fading to black from the pain. In the blink of an eye, Naruto appears in an empty, black space, a void that black wouldn't even begin to describe. Blacker than black, true nothingness surrounded Naruto, threatening to swallow him whole if given the chance, but dancing around calmly, swirling along his body like a trained snake being charmed by an invisible god. As Naruto looked up into the sky, a strange Chinese character appears in vibrant gold. Naruto, unaware and unable to read it, shrinking down into a single point and embedding itself between Naruto's eyebrows. "Learn!" resounds a booming voice in his mind, seemingly coming from every direction at once. "Learn what?" replies Naruto, shouting into the void, meekly. "Learn!" booms the old voice. "Learn what, old dude?" replies Naruto with a little bit more gusto in his voice this time. "Old dude?" replies the voice, curiously. "Young whippersnapper, even your sage of six paths you weaklings revere as a god, would die by the snap of a finger to me. No one has dared to refer to me so informally in millions of years, and yet you still dare to call me old dude? You've got guts, kid. Ignorant guts, but guts nonetheless." "Old man, can you get to the point? I've got to meet Mizuki-sensei to become a Genin by giving him the scroll." trailed off Naruto, realizing that the scroll was nowhere to be seen. Bellowed the voice in laughter. That man wants you dead, and he never planned to make you a genin in the first place. Why would the village want you to steal a forbidden scroll? You, who failed to become a genin from themselves. You'd simply lose it to an enemy nation nonetheless. You've given me the best laugh I've had in millennia, child. Naruto stared into the void with a puzzled look. Why would Mizuki-sensei want to kill me? Spoke Naruto, a hint of betrayal ringing in his voice, understanding at least that the man before him, the voice, had no need to lie to him if he were as powerful as he claimed. Because he wants to kill me, he lied. Why? Because of that contract spirit in your possession, child. That nine-tailed fox, as you call it. He seems to both fear and hate it at the same time. But also, he seems to want the scroll that you never took. What do you mean, old dude? I clearly took the scroll, retorted Naruto. It just disappeared. This is the scroll of the Martial Peak, not the scroll of sealing. My scroll makes that scroll of sealing look like used toilet paper in comparison. We aren't even on the same level, boy. This scroll contains the spirit of the one and only sage of the Great Tao, the first martial artist and the most powerful to have ever lived, and today I will start you on the path of the Great Tao also, to begin anew what was lost to this world and tainted by the depths of time. As the booming voice of the void echoed around Naruto, his perception faded once more, only to awaken peacefully, with no pain this time, in a vast field of luscious emerald green grass, a sweet fragrance of spring buffeting his nostrils, and the sun permanently setting in the horizon, seemingly casting endless shades of red and purple that nobody could even imagine onto the world. The most beautiful sight, isn't it, boy? This is the Sunset Plains, my home, and where you will spend your next 273 nanoseconds training, spoke a refined old man, his back facing Naruto, his white robes and silver beard fluttering in the gentle breeze, his voice melding into one with the wind and carrying an inviolable air of nobility, as if the world itself bowed to his whims. 273 nanoseconds? That's like basically nothing, isn't it? If I want to have a chance of beating Mizuki, I'm going to need way longer than that, you stingy old geezer, yelled Naruto, only eliciting a light laugh from the old man. Time here much slower. You have enough time here, don't worry, boy. You will start your journey into the first layers of 3 separate styles of martial arts. 1 to form the body, 1 to form the soul, and 1 to manipulate energy, or as you call it, chakra. First, body forming will push the capabilities of your human body to beyond its natural limits, removing the limiter on your body's strength by slowly opening up the body's 8 gates permanently and naturally. Upon opening all 8, you will be able to split a mountain apart and shake the earth with a single breath if you so wish. There are more steps, but I will tell you when the time is right. Soul reforming is the extremely painful process of rending one's soul apart into 2 and forming united multiple consciences. There is no end to this stage truly, but each further step allows you to think twice as fast and even create a true clone, such as the one of me that you see before you. Finally, energy manipulation is the warping and transforming of what you might call chakra in 3 main ways. It can be thought of as 3 key facets: understanding, nature transformation, and reshaping. These 3 key facets allow one to become an energy manipulation expert that could learn every technique of you ninja in a mere heartbeat just by seeing them once, and improve them immensely, as, if I am being quite frank, they are quite inefficient. So, what do we do first? Asked Naruto, his eyes gleaming at the prospect of his dream to become Hokage seemingly becoming a reality before his eyes. First, you sit And Naruto's eyes nearly bulged out of his eye sockets at this point, interjecting before he could even finish with a loud, "What? I sit there like an old fart and think? What good is that? How am I supposed to beat Mizuki-sensei with that?" The old man simply sighed, letting him finish his rant and stroking his long silver beard, still facing away, and continuing from where he left off. "To improve your flow of chakra, that seal has been rewritten by me and is now much more stable, but your natural flow of chakra has been affected since near birth because of it, and I can't rectify that. It's been incredibly erratic due to that, and you need to imagine the energy filling every facet of your body, being drawn in through all of your acupoints from the surroundings, and the erratic, impure energy being exhaled in a cloud of smoke. You need to replace all of the impure energy with the purest of energy that's in this world. A clean and pure chakra system is all that's required to open the first of the 8 inner gates, and it will massively improve your strength, and you will need it. Got it. And, just to see, I'm going to see if you're just trying to get me to sit down just like Iruka-sensei does in a minute after I try this, grumbled Naruto before sitting down cross-legged and taking a long, deep breath, following the exact instructions of the tall old man before him. Exhale. A massive cloud of pitch-black smoke ferociously blew out of his mouth in one go, with a tar-like consistency, gradually thinning, shifting to a blue fog, and finally, a grey-white mist as the breaths continued. Finally, after a full day of breathing, Naruto throwing temper tantrums to the old man about food before finally being given a perfect replica of Ichiraku ramen, and some loud snoring under the everlasting purple sunset, Naruto's breath came out as a perfect, fluffy white cloud, dissipating back into the nothingness it came from. "I'm done," shouted Naruto at the old man, whose eyes were seemingly closed with a look of reminiscence and longing coming from his eyebrows. The old man didn't even open his eyes, but bent down and picked up the smallest blade of grass, rolling it gently between his fingers, forming a spike. "Dodge," stated the old man, the blade of grass darting towards Naruto's left iris like a bullet, not slowing down in the slightest as it rapidly approached Naruto. He could feel the brushes of wind of the fast-approaching projectile, and slightly stepped to the right. He shot off 1 meter in a near instant, easily dodging the blade of grass that impaled itself into the earth and dug a hole a few centimeters into the ground, leaving just the end barely sticking out. Good. I expected you to take nearly 4 months. One day is a result that even I didn't manage to reach until my 7,864th life, exclaimed the old man, his eyes bursting with wonder as his whole body seemingly shifted into the direction of Naruto with no movement involved. "I don't know what that means, but can I have some more ramen before we continue?" said Naruto, scratching his head with a cheeky smile. To this, the old man complied before moving on to the next bout of training. Energy manipulation. For your next set of training, I am actually going to combine energy manipulation and your soul reforming. I want to combine it by using a surprisingly profound mortal technique that I saw in that scroll of sealing you were talking about. The Shadow Clone Jutsu, I think it was called. "I don't mean to complain, old Giza-sensei," said Naruto, "but I'm awful at the clone jutsu. That's why I failed the Genin exam and had to take the Forbidden Scroll in the first place," mumbled Naruto. To this, the old man simply chuckled again and said, "Don't worry, you should try the basic clone jutsu again. I guarantee you'll be a lot better at it this time." Naruto turned his head to the side for a moment, but quickly steeled himself, his mind shifting into a meditative state as he took a deep breath, feeling the pure white chakra, as opposed to the blue that most ninja have flow through his body and change based on the seals. A flash of inspiration followed as Naruto felt the chakra shift through his body in a top-to-bottom wave, scanning his appearance and creating a clone next to him in a near instant. The old man simply smiled, but quickly turned his face to one of surprise for the second time that day as Naruto rapidly wove more hand seals, his eyes flashing open as he yelled, "Naruto style! Shadow Clone Jutsu!" A cloud of pure chakra washed over the surroundings, no chakra being wasted on the usual clouds formed during beginner clone attempts. and multiple versions of Naruto, nearly completely indistinguishable to the original, appeared. Naruto's immense chakra reserves completely diminishing as over 1,000 clones popped out of thin air, all closer to reality than shadow clones, and therefore much stronger and much more durable. As the clones all simultaneously took a breath in unison with Naruto, a vortex of chakra spun up around the plane that they stood in, spiraling around and in, nearly visible to the naked eye, quickly refilling the chakra reserves of every Naruto present, including the original. For the next 6 days, Naruto spent his time learning more basic chakra control techniques, such as water walking, tree climbing, and using chakra to strengthen his limbs, all to a near perfect degree of control. The old man looked at Naruto with a smile and simply said, "Ready?" Naruto, facing his back towards the old man, with a rare look of seriousness on his face, looked out into a portal created by the old man in front of him, staring into the frozen, greedy eyes of Mizuki, and without looking back, he returned the old man's single word, "Ready." Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. That's it for this time. If you guys want to find out what happened next time, you guys should, subscribe, leave a like, comment on some suggestions and stuff, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you then. Bye bye.